first up? What's our first story there, Steve?
So we're going to go ahead and get this started here with the Eric Adams story. I got a video for you.
Thanks, Greg. Mayor Eric Adams suggests that he's being targeted by the Biden administration over his criticism of the migrant crisis. Now, this is the kind of accusation that's similar to what we've heard from former President Donald Trump. So what is the president's reaction to that kind of language being used from a Democrat?
Look, we have been always very clear. The president was clear even when he was running in 2020 that he was going to make sure that DOJ is independent and the DOJ is handling this case independently. I'm not going to go beyond that.
And Adams was also at a reception last night with the president at the Met. Did they talk?
I can confirm to you that the president did not see the mayor and they did not speak. Madam Chair.
You just mentioned that obviously you expect the two leaders today to discuss the issue of the use of long-range missiles into Russia. Do you know if the president has any openness to changing his policy stance on that?
Look, I said it's going to be one of a range of topics that they're going to discuss. And let's not forget the president and both presidents saw each other recently, just yesterday. They've had multiple bilateral engagements. This is a continuation of that, continuation of the support that you have seen from the United States and obviously what the president has been able to do in the past 2+ years and bringing nations together to continue to give support to Ukraine. What I said is I could expect this to come up as a topic, but I wouldn't expect any new announcements. I'm just not going to go beyond that. You all will see the president momentarily and President Zelensky in this pool spray, as you know, in the Oval, and so you'll have an opportunity to hear directly from both of them. I just don't have anything beyond. There's no announcement that I would expect coming out of this. New announcement.
There you have
He
it.
talks a lot.
She does talk a lot, but it looks like
word salad too.
Eric
a lot of
Adams is very
diversionary
mad at that.
tactics.
So, Damien, break that down. What does that all mean?
Okay, so with Eric Adams, he's facing multiple indictments right now. 5 official ones stemming from corruption and wire fraud. A lot of it having to do with accepting in-kind donations from other foreign nations for his election. So me personally, I don't think that this is as black and white as either side is making it. I think that he probably did a lot of things wrong, but I also think that it's true that the Biden administration is targeting him. So he was playing ball. The fact that he was fighting, the immigration crisis isn't that accurate because he was offering them $4,000 a piece. So the fact that the Democrats, he wasn't playing ball enough. So you got to think, what more did the Democratic Party want? And that's the scary part. So Ashley St. Clair on Twitter had done a really good breakdown of it, but I think it's a mix of both.
Migration. I mean, it was interesting seeing him say some positive things about not doing that anymore, especially once the buses started rolling in from Florida and Texas. You saw a change in him, and maybe his loyalties, people have split loyalties.
I mean, listen, the dam's going to break at some point. New York City is way overcrowded and the infrastructure just can't handle it.
I think the biggest,
they just didn't pay him enough.
I think the biggest issue is that right now, the citizens of New York aren't very happy with them. They're seeing the negative effects of all these people coming in, and they're seeing that they're getting first in line instead of them, and that they've been living there all their lives, especially in the minority communities. They're very upset with this.
They're the ones hit first and hardest.
And honestly, the word spreads. I saw one video of someone at one of those bodegas, and they're like, "Oh, look at this! This migrant is telling me I got $20,000 in funds on this card," and I think people are just fed up. Hey, we're struggling. We don't know how to pay the rent here in New York, and these people that keep migrating here are just getting a lot of stuff handed to them. So
they call them magic cards.
Yeah,
magic cards.
Magic cards.
Well, let's see.
Damien, what do you think the chances are that Eric Adams will endorse Trump in exchange for that sweet, sweet federal pardon?
I mean, it's a possibility. I don't see it very likely, but there is a chance, like you see with RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard kind of jumping ship, and the guy from South Carolina, I believe.